Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Missy, this little guy is Paul, and in this video I'm going to be making dinner, and what I'm going to be making is Instant Pot short ribs. I've never made this recipe before. I don't even remember where I got this recipe. I'll link it below, of course. I have it pinned, it just doesn't say who it's from. Developed by Amy and Jack. PressureCookRecipes.com is where this is from. So in going through my freezer, I was actually looking for something else because I was just gonna make beef and noodles, which is a really easy, comforting meal. And I thought I had beef bones from the place we used to get a whole cow from, but I don't. What I had was short ribs. So anyway, I was gonna use those beef bones. Good Lord. I was looking for beef bones to make beef stock for beef and noodles, but I didn't have anything to make beef stock. So what I did find was short ribs. I'm gonna try to use those ribs to make stock tomorrow. In the meantime, it's actually only 1:30 and these are going in the Instant Pot for 45 minutes with 15 minutes natural pressure release, but I'm going to just let them sit there because I know if I wait any longer, he's gonna get me distracted. I'm not gonna be able to get it in. So I'm gonna get this in my Instant Pot, and I figured usually if I make short ribs, it's been a while, I usually make mashed potatoes, but we actually just had mashed potatoes last night. I don't really want them 2 nights in a row. I'm sure Matt would be fine with that. But what I thought would be good with it would be, because I keep seeing this in my pantry every time I open the pantry door, it's corn grits or polenta. So I think I'm gonna make polenta. I got this from my Thrive box recently, and on the back are like a whole bunch of different variations. I don't know if you knew grits and polenta are essentially the same thing. It's stone ground corn. So you can make creamy grits, cheesy grits, Parmesan polenta, and fried polenta. And they actually give you on the back slow cooker and multi-cooker instructions. I'm probably going to cut this out when I'm done with this and keep this in my recipe box. But I'm using my slow cooker, not my slow cooker, I'm using my Instant Pot for the ribs. So I'm probably just gonna do this on the stove. How long does this take? Like 5 minutes? Oh, cook for 30 minutes. So it's basically the same recipe, water, salt, the grits, and then some Parmesan cheese, and I have all that stuff. So I think I'm gonna make these, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do for the green, if we're gonna do a salad, or I have broccoli, green beans, and Brussels sprouts. I may be tempted not to turn the oven on and just do salad, so we shall see. But I'm gonna get this in the Instant Pot and get him some more Cheerios and cheese so he is entertained for 2 seconds, and I'll bring you along with me. I will say this recipe is like everything but the kitchen sink, and there are some things that I do not have, so I'll tell you as we go through which ones I don't. And then after this we're going to thicken it with cornstarch and water. And it says to brown the short ribs in the Instant Pot on the saute setting, take them out, saute onions and garlic, take them out, or I'm sorry, add the veggies. I'm not doing all of that, I'm just going to do a dump, but you follow the recipe, don't do what I do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just get my meat in, and then I'm gonna put everything on top of it. So this is 2.5 pounds. So my Instant Pot is plugged in, but it's not even on yet. I'm just doing this kind of as a dump and go, like I said. Okay. What are you doing, bud? I have absolutely no idea how to place those. I just put them in fat side down. I don't even know if it matters. Probably not. I'm just gonna go completely in order of all this stuff. So I'll bring this over here so you can see it a little bit better. 6 cloves of garlic, which is a ton. I could use garlic, but I'm just going to use my little squeeze bottle. And there's not a lot left in here, so I'm just gonna use all of it. And then onion, carrots, and celery. So I haven't done a video on this, but what I do is I have a day where I get a big bag of onions and I use my veggie chopper and chop them all and then freeze them. And I do the same thing with celery and carrots because I use them so frequently, and I'm out of carrots. So I'm using just what I think is the equivalent of a small onion with my frozen or a small onion. Sure. Use that much. And here's my frozen celery. 2 ribs. Frozen celery. I know. And then the carrot. I don't have any frozen carrots, but I do have these horrible looking carrots that were just sitting on my fridge shelf for like a week. They look disgusting, but they'll be fine. We're essentially making like a stock, really. So I'm gonna peel and chop these really fast. These are so soft, it's like hard to peel them. But like I said, this is really more for the sauce or the gravy, so I'm not worried about it. And I'm actually glad I'm using up something versus just throwing this away. Good enough. I'm just gonna do a very rough chop on these. I probably would have added more carrot because it says 2 medium carrots, but that's fine. Okay, what else do we have? So half a cup of red wine and a half a cup of chicken stock. I don't have any of my chicken stock out, and the red wine is to deglaze, so I don't know if the alcohol would dissipate, plus I don't have a bottle of red wine open, so I'm just gonna count that as liquid, and I'm gonna add a cup of just water. So this is kind of funny. I used up all my balsamic and it's in the basement. I don't want to go down there because Paul is eating and I'm really lazy. So it says 2 tablespoons of balsamic and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. It'll be fine. I'm just going to use my balsamic salad dressing. No one will know, Paul. No one will know. A little unconventional, I am sure, but it'll be good. And then it says 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm going to use coconut aminos, which are basically a soy-free version of soy sauce. It tastes very similar. Right. It also calls for fish sauce, which I do not have, and 2 bay leaves. A pinch of thyme. I don't know what a pinch of thyme is. I'm adding half a teaspoon. And then kosher salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. That's what my to taste is. I probably should have unscrewed this. This would have gone so much faster. Did anybody see, I'm learning so much from TikTok. I don't have a TikTok account, but I watch it through Instagram. And if you have salt and pepper shakers like these, I don't know why I wasn't just doing that. They have bumps on the end and they make it come out faster. So instead of shaking it like I was just doing. So if I take the pepper and go upside down and then rub this on top, the pepper comes out. The pepper comes out really fast. It's just loud. Okay. And the last one is 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. I love ballpark measurements, so just gonna get my brown sugar, which I totally need to refill with baking coming up. So I'm gonna add that much. I like brown sugar, so. Okay, so that's everything. I'm sure you could mix that around, I'm not gonna bother. So I'm gonna put that in here. And what did I say? It also talks that if you want mashed potatoes to put 3 to 4 russet potatoes halved just sitting on top. And then it has a slightly adjusted time if you use the potatoes. But like I said, I'm gonna do the polenta, so I'm not gonna follow that step. So instead of doing the with potatoes time, I'm gonna do the no potatoes, which is 45 minutes with a 15-minute natural release. It's actually 2 o'clock now. So that really is about 90 minutes that it would be done. I think I'm gonna put it on a 1-hour delay. Just because those ribs are still a little frozen, so I'm not overly worried about it. I always forget that you can delay things on the Instant Pot. It's like one of the features that I rarely ever use. So I'm going to do, what did I say? 45 minutes. So manual 45 minutes. And then on my Instant Pot, which is a few years old, I'm gonna hit the timer. And I'm going to do 1 hour. I know. And make sure that I put the top to ceiling. So this will just hang out, and then in an hour it will start coming to pressure. It'll cook for 45 minutes and then it'll just sit there and wait till I'm done. So we'll be back then. I put some green beans in here. I'm just gonna, there's some ice cubes in there. I'm just gonna heat them up with some water so Paul can have some, and then we'll put salt and pepper on them when they're on our plates. And then I just have some chicken stock. It's still a little frozen in here. The recipe for Bob's Red Mill said water, but I just felt like chicken stock would be so much better. So the recipe is 3 cups of water. I'm using chicken stock, a teaspoon of salt, a cup of grits or polenta, and then I'm gonna cook this for 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep stirring it with a whisk, and then I'm gonna add a cup of Parmesan cheese to that. So that's all I'm doing with this. The short ribs are done. I'm trying to decide if I want to strain it for the gravy, because I don't know if I want bits of onion, carrot, celery in it, and I don't know how much grease is gonna come out of these. So I think I'm going to strain all the liquid in here and then put it back in the Instant Pot and thicken it with cornstarch, just in case. So that's my game plan.